and you've got stress that already, if you don't have a headache, you should. And by the time you get home and the kids come running out and the wife says that the Joneses are stopping over after dinner, and before you know it, it's 11 or 12 o'clock and you're ready to go to bed and start all over again. Anyone going through that kind of day is going to have pain. It's so much stress that you can't handle. You don't even have time to stop and see what it is that's stressing you.
Fear and greed are the two main forces that move the stock market, and today fear was stronger. Selling hit a hysterical level, and one observer said the market was acting as if Armageddon is upon us. Another said everyone was running for the exits.
And the doctor's office. Internist Larry Lerner's practice is here in the heart of Wall Street.
Within 2 weeks after the crash, there was an increase in the amount of certain kinds of diseases. Headache, back pain, those typical anxiety illnesses, but also some of those illnesses that we think have an anxiety component in them, a stress component. People with a history of migraine headaches having more migraine headaches, more low back pain.
75% of doctor's office visits are said to be stress-related. But because patients seldom attribute their aches and pains to stress, good doctors ask questions.
Lower blood pressure people live longer than the high. I think you really have to get into their lives, because very often you can find that the onset of the symptoms were coincident with X, with my boss yelling at me, with my friend being fired, with the Dow going down 600 points. And then when that happens, they'll say to themselves, maybe it is so.
Researchers say there are at least 60 ways of effectively coping with stress. Identifying what is really bothering you is number one. Here are some others.
How high is your stress index? Find out by taking the stress test in September's issue of Good Housekeeping magazine.
Every bone in my body hurt. The doctor said nothing was broken. He gave me a different medicine. It's in these little yellow pills. Nuprin. Got rid of that pain. Know what else? Works great on my tough headaches.
Nuprin. It's not aspirin, not Tylenol. It's ibuprofen. 2 Nuprin stop headaches better than extra-strength Tylenol.
And Nuprin's gentler on my stomach than aspirin.
Nuprin. Little, yellow, different, better.
And even worked on my worst pain.
Go ahead, Toyota dealer. Make my day. Okay, how about a huge selection to save on? Camrys, Corollas, Tercels. It's Toyota's Make My Day sales event.
Go ahead, make our day.
Extra value option packages that could save you over $1,000 during the Make My Day sales event.
Make my day, Toyota dealer.
Factory-to-dealer incentives, finance help, immediate delivery. Your day is made. Toyota's Make My Day sales event ends soon. Let it make your day.
Says that colon cancer is 90% curable if treated early. Maybe we should get a checkup.
Honey, I have more important things to worry about right now.
Each night, these men bring you the breaking news of the day. I'm Tom Bergeron. On Thursday, Boston's top TV anchorman plus former CBS News president Ed Joyce.
Scout 29 is out of service.
Roll call. The routine is familiar and comfortable. The tour of duty, unpredictable and unknown. It's a formula for stress.
Special attention for juveniles throwing rocks at cars.
When we know what's expected of us and we're confident of our own abilities, stress is low. But when there's a mismatch between other people's expectations and our own, stress soars.
I expected for people to like me, you know?
Joe Gray has been a Boston cop for 13 years.
Really disappointing. You know, here you are, you want to come on, you want to do a good job, serve the public. Then you find out that people don't like people that tell you you can't park your car there. They tell you you can't drink your beer there. They just stop you for going through that stop sign. They want you when they want you, but they don't want to see you when they don't want to see you, and they really don't like you.
To be a cop is probably to die young. Age 57 for the average policeman. The rest of us live to be 75. Rates of heart disease and cancer are abnormally high, and last year, more cops took their own lives and were killed in the line of duty. But when you talk to cops, most of them will tell you it's not the armed killer that stresses them out. It's their own impossible expectations.
Every officer goes through that first couple of 3 years where he's going to clean up the whole world. He's going to clean up everything. And then from like 3 to 6 or 7 years, he's going to clean up his district, maybe. Yeah. And after about 7 years, he just wants a clean car to go out in at night. Yeah. You know? That's about
clean car? We don't have clean cars, do we?
That's about, I mean, yeah.
Budget restraints, cutbacks, layoffs.
Your expectations of the job continually change.
But it's not just our own dashed expectations that hurt us. Good news can be stressful too, even when the news is wonderful. If it changes our own and other people's expectations of us, it's likely to cause stress. Here on Long Island, the world's first self-help group for lottery winners confront unexpected stresses that arrived with that lottery check.
When you first hit, everyone is so happy for you. And then things begin to change. And after a while, it seems that people start pulling away from you because deep down inside, they're envious. So you have to surround yourself with people like yourself.
Ann Watkins worked in real estate before she won her $3 million. Mike August was a school crossing guard who also came into $3 million. Financial planner Mike Nast won $2.5 million. And the club's founder, Gussie DiBenedetto, polished nails in Jane's beauty salon before unexpectedly winning her $5.7 million.
I had nothing when I won. And therefore, wanting my own home was a dream. Having a new car was a dream, and actually a pool and all the nice things that go with it, and being able to go on vacation, which I couldn't have done before.
Even so, $5.7 million is less than it seems. Spread over 20 years and reduced by taxes, Gussie's unexpected windfall is terrific, but hardly qualifies her for true millionaire status.
People in conversation would say, oh, well, you know, my hospital bill was so big, and, you know, the doctors... I do not have a checkbook where I can say, okay, how much do you need? It just doesn't work that way.
If you notice, under the social committee, we mentioned the things we were going to do. I think now we have to start making dates.
But it's not just other people's expectations that change. What you expect of yourself causes stress, too.
I could not work another day the rest of my life and sit somewhere in Florida and just enjoy. But I have 3 young children I'm raising. The stress on me is they have to see a man get up in the morning, go out all day, work, come home. Otherwise, they'll grow up spoiled.
No champagne and caviar here. Coffee and cookies are just fine for this group. It's family and friends who expect too much.
Everybody's expectations of you is, oh, he's a millionaire, he won the lottery. But you're not a millionaire. And that's where you get the stress. That's where you, because you want to be what they tell you you are, and you're not.
It's our own and other people's impossible expectations that feed our stress and make us feel out of control. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Oh, I have got a headache this big. It feels like a truck ran over my head. But I took 2 Excedrin. That's all it'll take.
New Ban Ocean Breeze Scent. Where will it take you?
Ah, it takes me back to swinging in the ocean breeze on that beautiful beach.
Takes me back to that ocean breeze that took me around the Bahamas. New Ban Ocean Breeze Scent. All of Ban's protection in a light breezy scent. Surprisingly subtle, delightfully fresh.
It takes me back to breezing around St. Thomas.
New Ban Ocean Breeze Scent. Roll on or solid. The difference is fantastic. Where will it take you?
My headache's gone. 2 Excedrin and it's gone.
When you want extra strength headache relief, take Excedrin, the headache medicine.
That's all it takes.
Ever wonder what could happen when you get hit in the eye with a ball? First, your cornea is lacerated, the lens dislocated, severe hemorrhaging occurs, the retina detached, and all vision may be lost. Unless you're wearing safety glasses. Don't play games with your eyes. A message from the National Society to Prevent Blindness.
The Philadelphia Eagles, excited, hungry, and looking for a big season after a strike-torn year. Our New England Patriots, confident, determined, and feeling the pressure to win the AFC East. Join Bob Lobel and Sam Rutigliano for NFL preseason action, Saturday at 7:30 on WBZ TV4.
Good evening, I'm Jack Jones.
And I'm Vince Leonard. There's more to tell about that radioactive leak near Harrisburg tonight, and the developments grow more chilling by the hour.
It's been called the third worst nuclear accident in this country, but company officials insist it is no catastrophe, although admit it could happen again.
For some in this small community, the accident at 3 Mile Island was minor, barely a blip in their lives. Others worried about the long-term effects of the radioactive emissions on their health. Would they get cancer? What about their kids? And was the plant now safe to operate? But it didn't matter what Paula Kinney believed. The accident had already happened, and events were now completely beyond her control. Another perfect setup for stress.
The accident happened on a Wednesday, and they said to us, everything is under control. And I believed them. I believed them. I had no reason not to believe them. And I think about how I took no precautions. I believe them, heart and soul, and I let my children stay outside to play.
People were living in their homes, minding their own business, and all of a sudden, their lives were changed in an instant forever.
Researcher Andy Baum is well aware of how stressed we can feel when events are beyond our ability to control them. And in the aftermath of the accident at 3 Mile Island, Baum saw a rare opportunity to study the long-term effects of chronic stress.
The United States, the American culture, the Western culture teaches us that we are masters of our own fate. This was a very, very severe violation of that expectation. And one of the things that we have learned over the years in studying a number of different stressors is that losing control, having that expectation to be able to control one's life violated, is a very powerful stressor. People don't like it. And it takes a while to recover from it.
9 years after the accident, Baum's research is tracking a small group of people who are showing troubling signs of persistent stress. But will this low-grade stress reaction eventually affect their health? To Baum, it's an intriguing question. To Paula Kinney, it's a constant worry.
It bothers me to stand here and to look at that, because I know too much. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't think about it. It's been a horrible way to live, and it's continuing.
It may be on a different scale than 3 Mile Island, but for most of us, traffic jams are stressful. It doesn't matter whether you're an optimist or a pessimist. How long you're stuck in traffic is completely out of your control. And as Leslie Kamen has discovered, few things are as stressful as feeling helpless.
From time to time, a loud tone will come on for a while. When that tone comes on, there's something you can do to stop it. Your job is to figure out how to stop it.
Here at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, Kamen has found some intriguing evidence about how our basic optimism or pessimism can cause us stress and even affect our immune system.
Just gonna make a little bump.
After testing to determine their optimism or pessimism, Kamen's volunteers were then injected with inactive cultures of tetanus, mumps, and yeast, harmless in themselves, but quite capable of jump-starting the body's immune system. Once injected, Kamen then stressed her subjects and waited 48 hours to see how their bodies would react.
Everyone got an unpleasant tone. Some people could control the tone and shut it off and obviously have a success experience. Some people couldn't control the tone. Didn't matter what they did, they were going to fail. And what we were really interested in were how these experiences of success and failure translated into immunological consequences. What we actually found was an unexpected and very interesting pattern of results. For optimists, people who generally expect to succeed, failure was very stressful for them. They kept getting red lights over and over again. And what happened was eventually they would sit back and give up. And that produced a kind of stress that seemed to adversely affect their immune response.
Within 24 to 48 hours after the stress, the body begins to fight the foreign substance. The amount of redness and swelling is directly related to how well the body's immune system is working. And in Kamen's study, pessimists showed considerably more redness and swelling, clear signs of a depressed immune system, reacting poorly to stress. But does this mean our attitude can make us sick? Wellness Community Director Harold Benjamin.
Stress depresses the immune system. Pleasant emotions enhance the immune system. Those are empirical facts. Nobody doubts that anymore.
Oh, I think I'm running out of gas. Oh, my God.
Here at the Wellness Community, people with cancer join in lighthearted improvisations for the kind of good time that can't hurt and just possibly might help.
You, Betty, take Bob. I do.
When you have cancer, it's real important to find ways to lighten up. It's really easy to be depressed, and this does not help healing.
I just sideswiped a little bit. Just a little bit.